April 13th, the Three Stooges movie comes out. Now, I'll admit I was skeptical about it at first until my dad called me up and told me about the guy who was playing Curly. I raised my hopes about it a little bit. Then I talked to a friend of mine who saw it with his girlfriend opening weekend. He told me it was a funny movie well worth watching. So, on April 19th, my uncle and I went to go and see this new movie. You know, after watching this, I'm beginning to have hopes for comedy films in the modern era of film. But I'll save my issues with modern comedies for a future video. Now, for those of you who haven't watched it yet, let me give you a quick story synopsis. In the Three Stooges, these three eggheads named Moe, Larry, and Curly are sent out into a world that they've never seen to raise $830,000, or their orphanage is going to be shut down and the children are going to be shipped off to foster homes. Along the way, the Stooges are brought into a plot set by a rich woman and her lover to murder her husband, and Moe ends up becoming a reality show star 2/3 of the way through the movie. But if you think that the film sounds too complicated for a Three Stooges movie, think again. The thing I like about this film is the fact that the guys who wrote and directed this film must have worked day and night to get this film as close to the original Three Stooges as possible. Moe, Larry, and Curly look as much like the original three as you can get in 2012. There were times I was watching the movie, and I could have sworn I actually heard the voices of the original three. And the gags are done just right. From the eye pokes and the slaps, and how they used everyday items to just abuse each other. And the sound effects were spot on, although it's kind of hard to mess up the gags and sound effects from a Three Stooges short. The film is a 90-minute story that progresses in 3 shorts, complete with an intro and the original theme song from the Stooges, which in my worldview is actually a nice way to play the film. 3 short films that combine into one film to tell a progressing story. It's also a very good duration for a Three Stooges film because the gags seem to go on forever. And trust me, if you love the Stooges as much as I do, you'll want to make sure you're not eating any popcorn or drinking any soda, because you'll most likely choke on it. Don't ask, because I won't spoil any of the gags for you except one. Picture what would happen if Moe was on Jersey Shore. Now, the film is rated PG, so parents, you can go ahead and bring your kids to see it. I, for one, think it's important that you get your kids hooked on the classics. And this is a great way to expose them to something good and clean as opposed to a lot of the crap that is pouring out in kiddie flicks today. But that's another issue for another video. And if you're at all worried that your kids might start acting like the Stooges, don't. At the end of the movie, the brothers who directed and co-wrote the movie come on to inform the audience that the tools were made of rubber, like in the shorts, and the stunts were performed by pros. But if you're still at all worried about your kids acting like the Stooges, make sure they understand that they're going in just to watch a movie. Now, the Three Stooges, watch it. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll want to see it again. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more common sense commentary and movies to see. You know, this video was kind of short, so in order to close this out, I'm going to treat all you to an impression of Curly. I'm a victim of circumstance.